Joining me right now on Kumite TV is surging atomweight prospect Alesha Zappitella. What's going on, Alesha?
Hi, not much. We just got out of training. How are you?
Good, good. You're a few weeks out. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. My training's going amazing. It's going as planned. My weight is right on track. So, I don't think I could ask for any better of a fight camp.
Going over to Japan, you get an extra couple kilos. How, beneficial is that for you during this camp?
Actually, I'm a natural atom weight, so I have a really easy time making 105. So, I haven't started cutting weight at all yet. It's very convenient having those extra 3 pounds.
All right, let's talk about your last fight. It wasn't that long ago, June 7th, Invicta FC 35.
Yeah.
You dropped a decision. It was your first career loss. Take me through that fight and what positives you took away from that.
Well, my last fight was against Viviane Pereira. She was a UFC veteran, and I actually don't have anything negative to say about that fight. It may have been a loss, but I took all the good away from it. I went out there and I performed to the absolute best of my ability, and I put everything on the line. I think that it was a learning experience for me. She shut down my game, and it was the first time that I've ever had to deal with something like that. So I really learned a lot from it, and I really got to see what I need to start improving in my game.
You're having a quick turnaround, little over 2 months. Is it, something you really wanted to get back right in, get back in there quickly? Or, was it the plan to kind of take some time off?
I wanted to get back in as soon as I possibly could, and having this opportunity with Rizin was actually perfect. I may have lost, I may have taken a lot of damage that fight, but mentally I came out probably stronger than I have for any win, actually.
You're heading to Japan, How did this fight come together? How did you get to, allow yourself to go over to Rizin?
Well, I met the matchmaker over at my last fight in Invicta. I got to talking with him, and he's a really nice guy. He came up and he was talking to me after my fight and just saying how impressed he was with me. And he contacted Shannon Knapp with a really good opportunity. My coach and we studied Kanna, and I wasn't going to say no matter what, because I'm the type of fighter that I'll fight absolutely anybody. I want to be the best in the world, so why would I not fight the best in the world and see where I'm at? When the fight was offered to me, I automatically said yes. And Kanna's actually a wrestler, and I've never had to fight another wrestler before, so I'm really excited to see just how this fight goes.
Is that the most intriguing part of this matchup, is that she is a grappler? She likes to go to the ground immediately?
Yeah, I would say that is the most interesting part about this fight. Also, I've never fought in a ring before, so that is pretty interesting, not having much wall work, because I'm pretty used to backing my opponent up and getting them on the cage and then working from there. So I've been working a lot more like out in the open fighting. But with that being said, growing up wrestling, I was always a better defensive wrestler than a really good offensive wrestler. So knowing that Kanna is going to shoot on me is actually exciting for me, and I think that it's going to work a little bit in my favor.
All right, this is not your first trip out to Asia to compete. In 2017, you went to China. You fought for a Kunlun fight. You won a title in the main event. Talk about that experience.
Going out to Kunlun for my second pro fight was probably one of the best experiences of my life. Other than Invicta, I love Invicta, they're great. But going over to China, I went there for almost a week, and I actually fought at 2 weight classes higher than what I normally fight at. My opponent didn't make weight, sadly, so they had to fly a girl out from Thailand on a day's notice. I didn't know anything about her, but I was already in China, so I wasn't going to say no to whoever they gave me. So I went out and I got a second round submission and won the belt.
On that same card, right now, she's in the UFC. She's going to fight for the strawweight title. When you saw her fight, did you watch her fight when you were there? Wile?
Oh yes, I I actually posted her on my Instagram with a caption saying that when I grow up I want to hit mitts like her. Um, she is so impressive, and when I saw her make her UFC debut, I didn't know that she was fighting on the card, and I was so excited because she is an amazing fighter, and I love watching her.
Now, what, adjustments are you going to make, to make yourself as comfortable as possible when you go to fight in Japan? Because you did fly over here before.
I'm actually gonna fly out a couple days earlier and pay for my own stay because I feel like I need as much time as I possibly can to adjust to that time zone. So that's probably the only adjustment that I'm really gonna make.
How about the food? Like a lot of people that fly, from North America to Asia, their main concern is the food because they're not used to, I guess, the spices and the type of food that is out there in restaurants. Are you preparing yourself in a different way, or are did you learn from your experience in China?
I actually, when I was in China, I didn't really like the food that much, so I ate as organic, like mostly fruits and a lot of rice and stuff while I was over there. But I'm really excited because I hear the food in Japan is really good. I actually used to work for a man who was from Japan, so I got a lot of that home cooked meals and stuff from him and all those workers. So I'm excited to go over there because I actually love Asian food. I love Japanese food.
Well, Japan has probably the best convenience stores in the world.
Okay. That's
So
exciting.
I think that's beneficial for anybody that's going over there. Especially on vacation.
Oh yeah.
Now you mentioned your opponent earlier, Kanna Asakura. She is one of the most promising atomweight prospects in Asia. What are your thoughts on her and kind of like the fight she brings? After watching some film on her.
After watching some film on her, I feel like she is very technical striking. She throws a lot of kicks, and I think that she's a good grappler. She's a very good wrestler. I feel like her game matches up really well with the game that I try to bring because I kind of noticed that I feel like she doesn't really like to be pressured. But I mean, who really likes to be pressured while they're in there? Not many people, but that's my game. I go in and I bring the fight to my opponent, and if she can handle that, then it's gonna be a really good fight. No matter what, I think it's gonna be a really good fight because I mean she's a really good grappler, and I'm almost a brown belt. I'm a high level purple belt, and I placed very highly at the Olympic trials for wrestling. So I think that this is just gonna be a very good ground fight. But with that being said, I feel like I also have very technical striking, but I also think that I hit pretty hard for an atomweight.
Now, has this training camp been shorter than normal? Because it is a quick turnaround.
Actually, I got in the training room right after my last fight. As soon as my face was healed up and all the damage was done, I was right in the room asking my coach, like, all right, I figured out that I need to improve this, this, and this. Let's work on it. Like, I actually haven't taken any time off.
Now, talk about the coaches, the coaches that you're working with and, the focus they have put into you and developing you.
I work a lot with James Gray. He helps me with my striking and my jiu-jitsu. I work with Brian Fornicero. He is a black belt. So I do a lot of rolling with him, and I do a lot of strength and conditioning. I feel like when my strength and conditioning is on, I am a force to be reckoned with. When I'm the best athlete that I can be, my game, it just comes together really well. I've been working with Quentin Torres for that. Also, Dante Brown, I've been working with him for my striking. I have a really good set of coaches that have my best interests in mind. Working
on your strength, right? Your power, and and I'm pretty sure you're looking at speed as being an advantage for yourself. You know, having that power, you know, having that grip, that strength, and having the speed on top of that. Do you think that's going to be very effective against Kanna?
I think that what's gonna work in my favor is like I said, being as good of a wrestler as she is, being able to shut down like the initial exchange or the initial shot. I think that I'm very fast and I'm very powerful, and I think that's definitely going to work in my favor. Also, I love to fight. I learned that my last fight. You know, I've always loved martial arts, but my last fight was very grueling, and it was not an easy fight. And I went out there and I put absolutely everything on the line. And I kind of learned a lot about myself, and I feel like there are not many people that can just get in there and be prepared for an all-out war, and no matter what, I am.
Kanna, she's ranked number 4 in the world. You beat her. Where does that put you?
That puts me on top of the world. makes me feel amazing. You know, I'm excited to sign another contract with Invicta, and if Rizin wants to have me back, I would love to come back. Basically, I'm just kind of playing it by ear. You know, whatever opportunities come my way, I'm gonna take it, because we can't fight forever. So I'm gonna take the opportunities as they come.
Yeah, building your name on both sides of the world is something that most people don't have, and you have that opportunity. You go in there, you beat her, and maybe you could go chase Ayaka Hamasaki, for her title. Who knows what could happen? I see that it's a possibility.
I see that as a possibility too. I don't know if it would be the next fight. I mean, if that's in the cards, then I'm all for it. I know that I was trying to chase down and fight Jin for a while, and Ayaka beat Jin. So if that's the next fight for me, then I'm prepared for it.
One more thing before I let you go, there have been many incredible, amazing entrances to the ring for Verizon. Andy Wynn, she probably has the best one in recent memory. Do you have anything planned?
I don't have anything planned. I always try to dress super nice for the weigh-ins, and usually I fight in a Team SFS fight kit, but I'm getting something really nice made for this fight, so that's where my mind is. I'm not so much a showman when it comes to like the walkout, but maybe if I get another fight in Rizin, maybe I'll take some more time to actually try to plan that part out. But as of right now, I don't.
All right.
But well, Andy's walkout was amazing. I love her.
Yeah, it blew me away. When I saw that, I was like, who's gonna beat that?
I don't know.
All right, August 18th, Rizin 18, Nagoya. Thank you, Alesha, for your time, and good luck on what you're doing and your future.
Thank you. Have a good night.